Hello and welcome everyone to the Smart Move to UK. In today's video, I'm joined by Ms. Falguni Parekh. She is a solicitor from the UK and the director at the Smart Move to UK. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining and welcome for today's video.
Thank you so much, Ashley, for having me here.
So, viewers, today we are talking about the grant that Rishi Sunak has given to the Indian nationals, which is about 3,000 visa grants for Indian youth professionals. And this summit that happened in Indonesia, the G20 Summit, he met with Narendra Modi and he's granted 3,000 visas to our Indian youth. And I just wanted to know, you being into the immigration domain, what do you think about this move and how do we, how should the Indian audience perceive this?
Ashley, when I read about Indians allowed under this youth mobility scheme, I was very excited. But when I read the numbers, 3,000, I think it's good gesture. We welcome the gesture, but then it's just a gesture at the end of the day. I'm sure there's more that can be done, and considering that there's a shortage of skilled workers in the UK currently, and this is partly because of the COVID. I think both things happened together for Britain. There was Brexit and then there was COVID, but there's been a lot of other things that's discouraging now for skilled people to remain in the UK. The taxation laws, the payments to contractors as the self-employed people, etc., and so on and so forth. So you see, there's been a wide gap of shortages in various industries, and considering these numbers, which you see up on the screen now, they are huge. And to bridge this, allowing only 3,000 youth to enter the UK is a very baby step, in fact. So I think that this particular move by the UK Prime Minister is symbolic. It's symbolic, but it's just that there. It has to go beyond symbolism at this moment for Britain. Well, I personally think that they should have had no cap. They could have opened it up and no cap been put up there, because any applicant applying under this category will need to fulfill the immigration requirements to qualify, and they still had the ability to sort of limit the number of people entering through the number of applications that they receive. I think they need to really do a little bit more at a faster pace.
True. So India, I mean, we do have a huge talent pool, and we have always contributed to the UK's economy, be it any sector, be it just people going out there for studies or for work or for business. We've always contributed in a major way to the UK's economy. I think they can look at this big potential and they can call in for more to fill the skilled worker shortage gap that they have, and this can be a great advantage to the UK also and for us, because they are trying to build on this relationship. They are trying to get in the FTA move up, since they were planning to get it run by Bali this year, but that's still in the process and they want to build that up too. So I think it is a huge decision. I mean, that they've started with, it's a great step, but they can also go beyond and think of more that they can do.
Yes.
So ma'am, what does the UK India Young Professional Scheme entail, and what is it that they require to qualify for this scheme?
So for the moment, the scheme is more for people between, as you rightly know, age group of 18 to 30. They need to make an application and they'll be allowed to enter the UK and live and work for a period of 2 years. But here is where the challenge is as well, because if they're allowed to enter for 2 years, they cannot get any serious employment. The employer will be hesitant to take somebody who's got permission only to work up to 2 years in the UK. So at best, they can take up odd jobs but not a serious role. That would be a bit of a challenge to find something serious. Actually, also very interestingly, a similar scheme had been in existence in past as well, which was known as the Working Holiday Maker visas. And under the Working Holiday Maker visas, also they allowed young people to enter the UK, and the age was between 17 to 30. This got replaced in 2008 under the Tier 5 youth mobility, and India was excluded then from making an application under this scheme. So similar scheme had been in existence in past for young Indians to enter and explore the place. So under the Working Holiday Maker visas as well, they were allowed to work for a period of 12 months. Then they were allowed to explore the place. It basically encouraged young people like you to enter the UK and experience the culture of UK, get an opportunity to work in the UK. So you could work a little and then you could take up go and sightsee and have a holiday, and then you could take another employment and see all around places. And I think 2 years was a good time for young people to explore and to experience and bring that experience and back to India. So the objective being that to allow young people from places like India and to see UK and live and experience living and working in the UK and seeing the place as well. So it's more of that. Even if you've made an application, say if you're at the age of 30 and you make an application, but by the time you receive a decision, you're almost 30, but you're still allowed to remain in the country till the expiry of your visa period. So even at the age of 30, the applicants will be allowed to make an applications and enter the UK. So here is where the other thoughts come in to say that was there are only 3,000 applications allowed from India, but then again these are from the age group of 18 to 30 with a limited time of 2 years. What are we trying to achieve here? It is really a question to say that even for the young professionals who are going to enter, they could be looking at this as a career break or a gap year break kind of a thing here to go and see the place. But I doubt the possibility of them getting any kind of a serious role. I doubt them getting any kind of a right opportunity to work and gather that experience. And for best that they might just land up having some kind of odd jobs that they could do and come back, which is again not very pleasant for very many who may have been very qualified to go and explore the place.
Right. So we just want to conclude this video and we want to ask you a question. What do you think about this new policy that was granted right now by Rishi Sunak, where he's given 3,000 Indian nationals a visa grant under the UK India Young Professional Scheme? What do you think that there could be more potential, and should he look beyond this number? And we would love to know your thoughts in the comments below. So you can go to our comments box and type your thoughts there.
Actually, I also would want to answer this question which you posed to the audiences here to say, what else can they do? Is there anything more that they can think of? I would recommend the government to introduce the highly skilled migrant program once again. So for the longest time they had a program which is called as a highly skilled migrant program, which was later retermed as a Tier 1 under the Tier 1 category, which allowed people to enter UK based on their age, qualifications, work experiences, ability to converse in English. If they were married, then they would get additional points, and it was a point-based system. So if they qualified to gain a certain amount of points, then they would be allowed to enter the UK and contribute. And there were a lot of Indian skilled professionals who were able to make applications, and they entered UK and have contributed quite a lot. I think something like that needs to be considered. Something like this is already in existence. Currently with the Canada migration, where they allow professionals to enter into a point-based system, and if they qualify, then they are allowed to live and work in Canada. Something similar is also in existence with Australia migration as well. So at this moment, given the statistics that we just shared, the gaps that we see in UK can only be bridged by introducing something like this, which will allow professionals on their own merits to enter the country and contribute and bridge those gaps quickly. So a quick fix. And I would want to add to the audience is to say, if you agree with me to introduce the HSMP again, please type yes for HSMP in your comment box.
Yeah, just yes if you want that visa category to be back again, and we would love to know your thoughts. So please comment down and keep watching for more such updates. We will be updating you on more such news that come up regarding UK-India immigration. So thank you so much for watching today's video, and we will see you soon.
Thank you.